everyone, Drew from Monkey's Tropicals Adventures, here to show you this. So what do we talk about? So as you can see by my awesome wipeout, this is going to be about my experience as a, I'm going to say a new mountain bike rider. I had a bike like back in college. I'm going to be 45, so that was a long time ago. So I'm a gym guy, and with gyms being closed, it was at the recommendation of my psychologist dad that I get a mountain bike to get those endorphins going, to de-stress from my job. That is a little stressful. And it was probably the best recommendation that someone could have made. So I'm going to talk about a couple things, and by no means am I a mountain bike expert, so if you're a troll or you're looking to tear this video apart, have at it. I'm really sorry for your sad life. Because this is just basically about my experience, and hopefully maybe to encourage more people to get out there that might have been maybe intimidated, or they don't know where to even start. So how did it start? I had to pick a mountain bike because it was paid for by my dad as a nice gift. Find something for under 500 bucks. Well, in the mountain bike world, you really can't find a lot unless you find like a low-end bike. And it's not to trash the bike that I have, because it's perfect if you're not going to be doing some of the stuff that I've been doing. So I got a GT Aggressor Pro, and I got it at Dick's. So my first thing I would say is, if you get a bike from a department store like that, is you need to have a professional really check it out, because some kid probably put it together. And I definitely noticed a couple things. I was wondering why my bike was not doing the best, and it was the chain was stretched out, and so that got fixed. So I got a new chain, and I'm not sure if I had a bad cassette in the back or I just trashed it from what I was doing. But I had those two replaced by a local bike repairman, and the thing rides a million times better. But I digress. So I get out on the trails, and I'm keeping it real low key. Nothing crazy. The most crazy things I was doing is like some water crossings, you can see in this video right here, which was a lot of fun, because when I first tried to pedal through it, I fell, and I was like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to do this. How are these people doing this? It must be because they're on $5,000 bikes. Yeah, bikes are $5,000. They go up to like $12,000. Well, I got better, and I was able to actually start doing it. And so the more confidence I get, the more I kept doing it. I was like, all right, I'm ready to start taking these on some cool trails. So I rode it on a fire trail, and I almost ran over this rattlesnake, as you can see here.
Oh shit!
I think it's the coolest thing out there, is being out in nature and seeing stuff like that. It didn't scare, well, I said oh shit, so I guess I was a little bit scared, but I actually went back to try to film it. It was really cool. So as confidence built, and I started watching like mountain bike channel trails and all that stuff around where I live. I live in Southern California, and Orange County, where I live, is a whole bunch of trails, like some really awesome trails within 5 minutes of my house. So I upgraded my pedals on my bike. I upgraded to better tires on my bike. And so I've got friends that are really into mountain biking, that have multiple bikes that are like $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. So they said, hey, if you're going to keep this for a while, why don't you keep it and see if you really like doing this before you upgrade to a more expensive bike, which is my recommendation too, because that is true. You might get this and you might go, this isn't for me. And that's fine. But for me, I'm ready to take the next step. So I upgraded the tires. I got some really good tires, upgraded the pedals. I got a new cassette, a new chain, changed out my grips, and that's all I've done for right now. And it's made a huge difference in how I ride. So about the trails that I chose. So the first trails that I chose, I decided to did I go on the easier one first? I might have gone on the real advanced technical trail, which I don't recommend you do, but I really wanted to. So I went on a trail called Rage, and when I told people that, number one, I went on it as a new mountain biker, and number two, the bike that I took, they were surprised I was alive, and that my bike was still in one piece. So that kind of tells you, like, here's some footage of Rage. And I'll tell you another thing, recording on GoPro and actually what it looks like in real life is like way different. It's much bigger out there. So I had a good time, and then I rode this really cool trail called Waterworks, where I've been building my technical skills. It's got some cool little berms, some cool turns, some jumps if you want them. And it just, for me personally, riding that multiple times, I think I'm at like 10 times I've ridden it now, it really builds your technical skills. Then I upgraded to another trail called Spitfire, which is way more technical, but it actually has two routes, an easier route and a harder route. But still, the easier route is still very technical. And I had some spills. Actually, I had 4 or 5 of them today, as you can see right here, just like one after another. And this is after riding it multiple times with having no wipeouts. But it happens. That's the thing, is you're going to lay your bike down, but be smart. I'm going to be, like I said, I'm going to be 45, so you shouldn't be pulling stuff that you shouldn't be pulling. It's not to say that you can't have fun and do those things, but you need to be smarter as you get older. Your body just doesn't heal like it used to. I've had total reconstructive surgery here when I tore my pec in a gym injury. I got no cartilage in my right knee. I got a torn Achilles that I had repaired. So I've had injuries from working out in sports and stuff. So I would say just have fun. That is the key thing. Get off your social media, have fun, get out there and have a good time. Get yourself just a decent bike that'll get you out there on the trails. Nothing like super crazy, because you want to find out if it's going to be for you. Get a nice helmet, some gloves, and get a water pack, water bottle. I got like a cheap camel pack on Amazon. And get out there and see if you really enjoy it. And you'll know right away, is the more you keep riding, if every time you come back, you're like, I can't wait to get back out there, this is probably gonna be for you. So I've been doing this now for, what are we going on, like 3 months? And I'm riding about 2-3 times a week. And I'm absolutely loving it and looking forward to my days off so I can go ride. So right now I am eyeing a full suspension bike that's getting pretty good reviews. For me, it'll be a world of difference. And that's looking at like $1,500, which is cheap in the mountain bike world. However, it's a full suspension, so you can find some hardtails. That's the other thing, is you start learning all these things about bikes and the geometry of a bike, and you start feeling like, holy crap, there's a lot to this. And there is. Just certain degrees off on your bike and how the bike is set up changes exactly how you ride. And there's enduro, and there's cross-country bikes, and there's downhill bikes, and all this stuff. Just get out there and have a good time. That's the whole point of what I'm trying to tell you, is don't be intimidated. I will tell you this. There are 2 sports now that I've seen where the people are so welcoming and friendly. The first one was jiu-jitsu, and it's kind of hard to believe that you're choking someone out and you're blacking out, and then they're going, hey, you okay? And they give you a big hug, and then you go back to rolling again. It's like that out there. You're not getting choked out on a mountain bike, but people out there are so encouraging. They're so nice. They want you to do well. I haven't seen any issues yet. Everyone's super cool, and I absolutely love that, because when you first get out there, you are a little intimidated if you're running the trails. So that aspect, the people are super cool. Get out there in nature, just enjoy yourself, and don't go blow a ton of money until you know that this is something you want to do. So just get yourself something fun. Get out there. Like I said, get yourself a helmet, get some gloves, get a water bottle. And if you want to do those couple upgrades, you can. I'll list the stuff that I put on mine. But you can find just like a decent, just kind of ride the trail nice and smooth kind of bike, and like, you know, between $400 and $700. Just do your research. Do your research before you do this. That's pretty much all I have. I don't know if this was helpful to any of you. Maybe, maybe not. That's all I have. I'll see you again for another review on something on my channel. It's Monkey's Tropicals Adventures, so I gotta start putting more adventures besides just what I've been putting on lately. So, take care.
Go, go.